Hi, I'm Evan English from Old English Outfitters. I'm here today to discuss this year's top sellers in handguns for 2019. As we looked at this year's numbers, last year we did this top 5 for handguns and we discussed just very quickly what our top sellers were in quantity, so units sold for the year 2018. This year we did the same thing, but we took a little more time in the research, looking at each item, seeing if there was more than one part number for each firearm to make sure that we had a good and very accurate count of what we had sold. I want to be very specific. This is for Ohio, Southwest Ohio. Our location is only what we've sold. These are not nationwide numbers. They are very local numbers. And there's just specifically on what we've sold in our store over the last 11 months. As we look at these, there's some new entrants into the mix, and there's some ones that we saw here last year as well. So let's walk through them. At number 5 in handguns, we've got our first item. The first item is the Ruger Wrangler. The Ruger Wrangler is a 22 revolver. Single action. It was a new entrance to the market this year for Ruger. Ruger decided they needed to get into this market with the $200 single action revolver. There are 3 different item numbers of this pistol, of this revolver. It is comes in black, it comes in a bronze color, and it comes in this silver color. This has been it's like a simple 4.5-inch barrel single action revolver, and it's been very popular this year in all 3 colors. So it comes in at number 5. Number 4 was new last year. It is the Smith & Wesson MMP Shield 380 EZ. I've had several instructors look at this. We've added one to our inventory of firearms for education because we have a lot of people that want to try it. It's impossible to discuss this firearm without using the word easy. It's easy to function, easy to fire. It has the slide tension is such that it is it's built. It's designed specifically for someone with low grip strength. It is easy to fire. Right? There's that word again, easy. It has grip safety built into it. This comes in 2 different versions, this version and a manual safety version. Number 4 this year. It did really well. It continues to be very popular, especially with women, with older people, or anyone who suffers with grip strength. But what we found is that even those that don't suffer with grip strength, with a reduced grip strength, still enjoy firing the firearm. My wife owns one of these. She's does not suffer from reduced grip strength, but she enjoys shooting the firearm. It's a good size. It's a good fit. She carries it. So MMP Shield 380 EZ. Coming in at number 3, the Taurus G2C. The G2C is coming off of the original Millennium PT-111s that they designed several years ago. This is, I believe, second or third evolution. We had the Millennium Pro, and now I believe these Millennium G2 and the G2Cs. So we've got a lot of different variants of these. They now make a G2S, which is a slim single stack version of this. It's a highly functional, very value-oriented pistol. Still 9mm, 12 shots here in Ohio where it's legal. A solid contender. We ranked all of these also in terms of sales. So you've got units sold, you've got sales dollars. As we get to the G2C, what we found out was that this is number 3 in units sold. It's number 4 in dollar sales. And the reason for that is it's less expensive than the previous pistol, the Shield 380 EZ. So the dollars sold increased. They were close enough in number that the dollars sold were higher for the Shield. So the Taurus G2C, a good solid contender, comes in the low 200s range. Number 2, It's an old favorite. It actually didn't make the numbers last year, and that could have been our mistake, because what we did this year was that we counted when we had multiple item numbers of the same pistol. So as we look at this shield, and this is, I want to make note, this is the original shield. The original shield does not have the increased grip texture. It's got the original shield trigger. But what happened when they came out with the M2.0 version of the shield was that the price on this particular pistol dropped. It went down, therefore bringing the volume and the units sold up. So the original shield comes in 2 major part numbers, but there's a couple others after that. Again, solid contender. It was number 2 in quantity sold and number 2 in dollars sold as well. So the Smith & Wesson MMP Shield 9mm. That doesn't count 40 S&Ws. They still make this and have made this pistol in 40 S&W. It is not counted as part of the numbers because we kept the calibers the same. Before I move to number 1, I want to bring up a couple that are honorable mentions. Ones that were in the top 5 last year or have sold enough that they were just peaking to be in the top 5. So, and that's important to bring up. The first one of those would be the Glock 43X. The 43X came out this year. I'm not sure exactly when. I believe it was in the spring, but it did come out this year. It was the next movement from the original 43, which was a 6-shot gun, 7-shot gun. If you used the one in the pipe, one in the chamber mentality, or if you added +1s to the bottom of the magazine. When they came out with the 43X, this was a 10-shot pistol. It put it in contention with other guns on the market and made it more popular because also, if you look where the hand falls on it, it gave you a full grip hold on the frame. It was accepted very well, and the units sold were also enough to bring it honorable mention for this year. I'm going to bring all of these out together because they're all from one manufacturer. Still an honorable mention, but last year the top seller was the Ruger Security 9. We had sold at that point, when we did this last year in October, I believe it was in between 70 and 80 units of this pistol. A very solid contender in the personal protection market, very reasonably priced, 9mm from Ruger. That's their strong point. Solid contenders, good performers at a reasonable price. Also at the same time, the Ruger EC9S. Again, a low 200s price point pistol, 9mm, very concealable if you have concealed carry in your state. A good, very solid contender for Ruger. Then in the sub-ultra compact, some people even call them pocket pistols, but very small 380s, Ruger LCP2. Also, plenty of units sold, certainly worthy to be mentioned as we're talking about our top 5. These were all right in there for making it into the top 5, just a few numbers out. Last but not least, our number 1. And this really shouldn't surprise anyone as we look at it, but this year's number 1 happens to be the Sig Sauer P365. Again, if you look across what our top 5 were, there's a lot of what they call micro compacts, where they're 9mm, very small, very concealable. There's a trend there, obviously. That's a very popular segment right now in the market. The Sig 365 this year, with much more availability, had no problem topping the top 5 because there was plenty of them on the market to sell. So with supply being high and demand still being high, this became the top seller, not only in units sold, but in dollars sold. In that count, which was, I believe, just over 100 units, we're counting the basic pistol. There's been a couple packages. They had one called a TAC pack that came with extra magazines and a holster, and then also the manual safety version. All the same model, all the same caliber, so we counted them in to the same count. I would have been a clear winner with only 2 of those 3 numbers, or 2 or 3 item numbers. So in any case, the 365 is definitely been the winner. It's been a winner for people who are carrying it as well. People really enjoy carrying this pistol. It shoots well. It's accurate. The trigger has been very manageable on target. I'm not sure if that's the right terminology to use for you, but when we've shot this pistol, we've been pleasantly surprised with how easy it is for the size of it to keep the pistol on target, shoot accurately, shoot rapidly, and obtain what we believe more than adequate accuracy for CCW. So that's our top 5 for 2019. And we're glad that you joined us. We want to thank you for watching our YouTube channel. We'd ask that you like, comment, and subscribe to us. And have a great day. We'll see you next week.